too tappy? Okay. With the jokes. Good morning, football, everybody. Whoa, what are you doing here?
Whoa.
Schrager is
New
here.
Seats.
Kyle Brandt is not here. So you're going to be kicking it on this side, but you're staying for tomorrow, right? You're usually gone on Fridays.
I'm going to be here today, I'm going to be here tomorrow, and I'm going to be injecting some of that Kyle spirit from this seat.
Are you feeling zany?
I'm feeling clever, zany, and weird.
Good Morning Football is presented by Audi. We are live in New York, and we are so excited about tonight's game. We've got the Ravens and the Dolphins. Lots to break down. Keep your tweets coming early on in the show. Hashtag GMFB. Time for the
Leave the Lock.
All right, so it is a huge AFC matchup. It's in Baltimore tonight. We're going to talk to Omar Ruiz. He's there on location. You can see it all right here on NFL Network. So let's go around the table, or the crescent, the half moon, whatever
triangle.
this is here, and talk about what we're really keeping our eye on tonight. Nate,
What do you got, Burleson?
I'm looking at the quarterback position,
Okay.
and I want to pay attention to Matt Moore. For me, this is the ultimate story. This could either tank the Dolphins season or rise them to a different level, or raise them to a different level. When you look at the situation he's been in, being a backup there, already saying, you know what, Tannehill's the guy. Tannehill goes down, and all of a sudden it seemed like panic. Listen, we're going to throw everything out. We need a quarterback. While he's sitting back thinking to himself, I am the quarterback. You have a quarterback. But they didn't stick with him. They went out and they got Jay Cutler. They had him out of retirement, ready to rock. And Matt has to be sitting back in that meeting room thinking to himself, I don't understand what you guys are looking for when you have somebody in-house. And then you go back to this game.
Yeah.
It was the ultimate chance for him to say, this is who I am, this is what I provide, and this is what I bring to the table. When he was injected in that lineup because of another injury, that team rallied around him. I saw excitement. There was a quote, he said, it's an emotional game, I'm an emotional player. And that's all I saw. I saw guys making plays. You seen Jarvis going crazy, Kenny Stills doing his thing, and then him out there barking at refs and then throwing TDs. That right there was what people wanted out of Jay Cutler, but that's not Cuddy. So you look at the two different quarterbacks in two different situations. Matt has came in and has done something for this team that they wanted out of the quarterback position. And I want to pay attention to him and see if they could pick up where they left off after this big win.
It's like he's more than a backup, is what you're saying. My question is, let's say he goes out there and he crushes it, and he did in relief of Jay Cutler just last week. Is there going to be a problem when Cutler's ready to get back on the field? Is there going to be a conversation, a debate here?
Yes, because there were people that were on the fence about Jay Cutler this season. Say, oh, we've seen some good, we've seen some bad, but we don't know what we're going to get out of Jay Cutler. Let's just say Matt Moore goes out there, wins another game, plays lights out, and this team rallies around him.
They're 5-2, which is amazing.
There will be a conversation to be had, not just about Jay Cutler coming back, but also when Tannehill gets healthy.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I think Tannehill's the long-term thing, but I was at that game on Sunday against the Jets, and Cutler goes down, and usually when the starting quarterback goes down, the entire energy of the building is just sucked. Instead, Matt Moore comes in, and the crowd gets alive, and the team gets alive, and this is a guy who's been there for many, many seasons. He has been there from different coaching staffs. And Matt Moore is a guy who can win football games in this league. They went 2 out of 3 games with him last year before going into the playoffs. And the team rallied around him. Nate cannot be more correct on that. This team was energized. And Matt Moore threw a touchdown pass to Kenny Stills. They threw a flag. He got up in the ref's face. And it was a small moment. And usually you'd say, don't talk to the ref. He's screaming at the ref. And then Marcus May, the rookie from the Jets, came over and pushed more away. And he pushed him back. He's like, no, you get out of my face. You go back to your life. This is the leader right now. Yeah. And it's like these guys have all been there together, and they saw Matt Moore lead them in the past. It's almost like, all right, let's do this. It's all of us against the world. He's their 3rd quarterback this season. 3rd quarterback, and yet I think they're just fine with him under center.
In order for us to have this conversation about Moore v. Cutler and who should be the quarterback for the rest of the way, and are the Dolphins real? I mean, there's a reason Cutler was kicked out of this game and got knocked out. It's the offensive line. They have one healthy offensive lineman. Bushrod's the only guy, so I don't have huge expectations with Matt Moore under center today. I hope that if they want to win this game, really just give it to Jay Ajayi. Let him smoke. The Baltimore defense, it's been a run on all season long. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get the ball to Jarvis Landry, who he loves to target, or down to Kenny Stills, who I want to talk about because I want to play Kenny Stills in my fantasy league. He's awesome. He has 5 touchdowns in 5 games with Matt Moore, so they clearly have a rapport. Kenny Stills was like reinvigorated last week. He looked awesome, so he's a guy that I certainly am looking at, and he's really stepped up with Devonta Parker sidelined. Now, the face paint thing was amazing. I don't know how this happened. You said that you didn't have it. And
he didn't have it in the warm-ups.
Put it on.
And then it goes in the locker room and comes out for kickoff, and there it is.
So he does it because an offensive lineman, Isaac Asiata, Matt Asiata's brother, he wears it every week, and he's like, oh, I've been trying to get him to try it. He decided to try it for this game, and then he pulls off that ridiculous catch. So can we show the catch? Remember that 37-yarder where he like bobbles it?
Almost the play of the week.
I think this had a lot to do with the eye black, and you guys probably think I'm crazy, but if you think about the great eye blacks of our time, William Wallace.
Yes.
He went crazy. The Black Swan.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kiss, the late, great Brandon Lee as the Crow.
Yes.
Before he put the face paint on, he was a mere brooding artist.
John Randall.
Exactly. John Randall. Need I say more?
Bryce Harper, big face paint guy.
Guys, he has the eye black on and a visor on top of it. That was like double trouble there. Did you ever wear eye black?
No, I had the visor, but it's supposed to keep the flare off of your cheeks, or the glare off of your cheeks so you can see the ball. But Deion says it all the time. If you look good, feel good.
Between light and dark. It's a Thursday night game. I don't care if there's no sun. I want him to
The
wear
visor and just being safe. Yeah. That's it. Just in case the sun is going to be an issue, I'm going to go all out.
Becky O'Shea,
Little Giants, and go from there.
What are you looking at?
A lot of Dolphins talk so far in the show, but I'm looking at the Ravens, and I don't know what to make of the Ravens. They started off with that defense rocking out, and all preseason they were great, but their defense needs to rediscover their identity, and they need to do it fast. This season can get out of hand. This is the worst rushing defense in the league right now, the Ravens. Last season, they were the 5th best rushing defense in the league, and they spent their entire offseason rebuilding the defense. They did it in the draft with the first 4 picks they selected. They went in free agency and got defense. They brought back Brandon Williams. They've allowed a 100-yard rusher in 3 of the last 4 games. And guys, it's Thursday night. It's national TV. The Ravens of old would step up, and they would clog the middle, and no running back, no Jay Ajayi, nobody would be able to run all over them. But right now, they've given up 165 or more rushing yards in 4 of the last 5 games. They've lost 4 of those games.
That's wild.
And the Ravens are defense. We've got a guy on Twitter, Captain Defense. He always tweets us. He's a Ravens fan. Maybe it should be Captain Special Teams or something else based on what I've seen.
Captain Pass Defense.
Captain Pass Defense. They're decent with that. But teams are running the ball all over them. So if I'm the Ravens coming into this one, and I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not even asking for a big win. I'm not even asking for an aerial shot. I just want to see what we're supposed to see, and that is Ravens defense. It's been missing this season. Someone needs to step up and say, hey, let's get this thing going.
After all them picks in the draft, it's what they focus on, right?
Yes.
It's supposed to be the strength of the team.
Step up on offense. So you gave me a super sleeper yesterday. You said who?
Julius Thomas.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you with the Ravens one. Take a look at Nick Boyle. Now you have Ben Watson, doubtful, probably won't play in this one. They're struggling on offense with Baltimore. Look at this neck gen stats. How did we forget?
Great neck.
Nick Boyle. He went to Delaware, which is of course where? Who
Flacco
played?
went, sure.
Joe Flacco. He was drafted by this team back in 2015. His mom's name, this is not made up, is Susan Boyle.
Love it. Loved her on America's Got Talent. Or the X Factor.
It was not her, but that legit is her name. I'm looking for him. Somebody's got to catch passes for them. Nick Boyle, my super sleeper.
I dreamed a dream. That was her song. And in I Dream a Dream that Nick Boyle's going to ball out today.
Les Mis references. That's what you get here on Good Morning Football. Keep the tweets coming, guys. We are talking Thursday Night Football right now with our very own Omar Ruiz. He's live in Baltimore getting set for tonight's game, which you can catch right here on NFL Network. Good Morning Football to you, Omar. Peter was just talking about the Ravens defense. So how do they plan on stopping Jay Ajayi, who has well over 20 touches a game over the past several weeks?
Good morning, Kay. Well, they know that they're going to have to slow down that Dolphins rush attack, and Jay Ajayi, a key to their success all season and really throughout Jay Ajayi's career. Since 2015, when he's carried the ball 18 times or more, the Dolphins are 12-0. When Adam Gase's teams have rushed for 80 yards or more in a game, they're 12-0. So the Ravens know it'll be a focal point for that Dolphins offense. Eric Weddle knows how badly they've performed in rush defense, last in the league. He says they're having a couple breakdowns every game. The key is to focus on all players on that defense, 1 through 11, to play consistently. It's those couple breakdowns a game that's leading to those 30, 40-yard gains, and that skews the average. If they fix those, they feel they'll be fine in stopping Jay Ajayi and the Dolphins. They're going to have to tonight.
Omar, now Joe Flacco and that Ravens offense, they also struggled in recent weeks. How's head coach John Harbaugh responded to the criticism of their play?
Yeah, they've been hearing it all year long. Injuries, a huge focus here. It's been on the offensive line, a shuffle really all year. And recently with Rashad Perriman, Mike Wallace, Jeremy Maclin, all questionable for tonight, Benjamin Watson. Then even the second-tier set of receivers, Michael Campanaro, he's doubtful, along with Chris Matthews. So really, they're not using that as an excuse. Now, Joe Flacco has yet to throw for more than 250 yards in a game. John Harbaugh stepping to the plate for Joe Flacco this week, saying he showed a lot of maturity this year in shouldering a lot of that load. He's shown that he has a tremendous amount of pride that the city of Baltimore can be in with how mentally tough he's been. They need to have him start being a little more productive on the field, but they believe that there is a lot of good football left for Joe Flacco here, and they hope it starts tonight. It'll be a fun ride, John Harbaugh says, when they do turn it around.
Great stuff. Oh, we'll check back in with you later throughout the show, all right?
Thank you.
Omar Ruiz on